But I got your live pulled up on my phone. Hunter's doing the same thing. So we'll knock at you on there.
Bet. I appreciate that.
Uh-oh, you're frozen. Is that it? A quick intro here in just a second as soon as we start recording, and then I'll kick it over to you and let you introduce yourself, and then we'll just go from there. It's going to be more. We do our podcast basically more like a free form, kind of like just shoot the crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's honestly the best way to do it, in my opinion.
it is because I'll be honest with you. We try to plan everything, it never goes right.
Yeah. Scheduling doesn't ever match up. I've tried that with Ethan on a few things, and me and Ethan, our scheduling just kind of.
That's why when I said a schedule, I was like 8 to 10.
Yeah.
I'm like Comcast. I give you that window. Right, we're gonna go ahead and start recording. I'll do an intro, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Recording in progress.
All right, welcome back to the basement, where it's top level content from the lower level. We got an exclusive interview with you today with a TikTok gamer and a YouTube gamer. He actually got a couple videos with our buddy Hunting with Appalachia, Ethan. This is that boy Clay. Welcome on, bud.
Thank you guys. Yeah, so guys, if you all probably recognize me from TikTok, hopefully the majority of you guys do. And if you all do recognize me from TikTok, please drop it down in the comment. I want to count how many people are actually coming over from TikTok, if that's all right.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Hey, man, like I said, if you're watching ours, go in there, give that boy Clay a like, a follow, comment on his videos, save him, build him up. We want to build everybody up. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So we first met up with Ethan from Hunting with Appalachia. I actually watched his videos. Started watching him and Tate and all them guys, and we actually done an interview with him. And we messaged a little bit back and forth, and he was like, "Hey, I got a guy that you absolutely need to interview," and it was you. And he said, "Reach out to that boy Clay," and I said, "I'll do it." Well, I reached out to you, and then it decided to rain like we was about to build an ark. We all lost the internet. We all lost contact with each other for about, a week?
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that was, dude, and then working through all of that,
Sure.
like, that was just awful. And then the snow. I think that's probably the best part of my job. Obviously, complete sarcasm, but cleaning off the cars with the snow, dude. Negative 12 degrees out here. Like, man, I'm supposed to be selling these things. I'm not trying to push all this snow off these cars.
Right, so it's like, so for people that don't understand, like, we're in southern West Virginia. You're in, southeastern Kentucky? Is that?
Central.
Kentucky? We have the same exact weather. If you don't like the weather, give it 10 minutes.
Yeah, literally.
I said we went from having 70-some degrees to apocalyptic flooding to 8-9 inches of snow and back to raining.
And then it froze.
Yeah.
And then it froze to have flurries, dusting of flurries everywhere.
I said, man, this is insane.
And then today, 60 degrees.
Right? That's like all next week I looked at the weather and it's supposed to be in the 70s all week. I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah. Yes, dude. And also, if you guys don't care, I'm going to go ahead and put this out there. I've got a fishing video that I will be uploading tonight.
Well, I got your one fishing video you just uploaded where you was over there trying to relieve himself and take a pee, and they catch you some big old bass.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. I was like, and that was so I had ended the video. It was like, all right, guys, I'm gonna go take a leak real quick, and I'm like, all right, doing my thing, whatever. And so because it was actually somewhat cold with the wind chill, like it was actually cutting right through my windbreaker. But I had my sweatpants on underneath my jeans, and so I got those up. And then once I got those up, that's when my buddy Flurb, I call him Flurb, his name's Thomas. Mm-hmm. And then the gentleman that was also with us, his name is Bryce. We call him One Eye Bry. The name obviously kind of gives it away why we call him that. But so dude, literally One Eye Bry hooked into one. And he's like, and his favorite thing to say is the Jeremy Wade fish on, just like fish on. And I look over, man, and he's got his little ugly stick, right, and it's like the size of a ice fishing rod. Like, I mean, it ain't but 4 foot. And this whole thing is just bowed down. So that's when I started filming. And then I started running over there. And by the time I started running over there, that's when Flurb Thomas had hooked into that next one. But Flurb actually ended the day with a pretty solid fish that I'm going to say about 90% sure it was every bit of 6.5 pounds.
Oh, man. What got me on that video was you got all your captions, but the captions didn't catch you. You was like, man, my pants are still down.
yeah, I know. I was thinking about going back in there and fixing that. And I was like, man, should I go back in there and fix it? I was like, nah, nobody needs to know that my pants were still down.
Yeah, I caught it. I showed, when we was trying to prep, and I said, look at this video real quick before we start this.
Yeah, man. It's so if you all don't mind me asking, how did you guys get started?
Well, honestly, me and Drew here got to my left here. We've known each other since I moved here from Texas back in kindergarten, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
We went through playing sports, basketball, football. We dabbled in baseball. We wasn't very good, but we got older, got married. Moved on for a little bit, lost contact for a little while, and then he messaged me one day. My boys got old enough to play football, and he's like, "Dude, you got to coach football." And I'm like, I don't want to coach football. Like, I don't really want to do that. And he like is like, dude, coach football. So I show up, I sign up, I start coaching football. I love it. Love every bit of coaching. It's the best. If you can get a chance to do anything with the youth, do it. It's great. And he just one day he was like, let's start a podcast, and I'm like, dude, let's do it. But it was one of them things we just kept kicking back and forth, like, yeah, let's do it, but we never really done it. You know what I mean? And then Hunter here, I met him at I can't really talk about my profession on live, but I met him there, and you know, we learned for a while, and then his little boy got to that age to play football, and I'm like, dude, just come and coach the team with me. Let's run it together. So we're all together again. A year later, Drew's like, we got to start this podcast. I'm like, yeah, we do. I said, but let's wait till after football season because it's hectic. We got practice all week, games all weekend. We don't have time for anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we all start talking. Hunter and Drew meet. And one day Drew's like, let's put Hunter on that podcast with us. I'm like, you know what? I created a group chat. I said, let's start this podcast. Before I know it, we was recording our first episode.
Yeah.
There you go.
It just kind of happened. This is actually, what, our 40th day?
Yeah.
Actually being together.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's grown a lot faster than I thought. Like, our Facebook has over 1K followers now.
Wow.
TikTok and YouTube's a little slow growing. But, yeah. One thing was we messaged, I used to watch Ethan, and I was watching him one day, and I was talking to her. I said, you want me to message him? He said, yeah. So I messaged him. And he's like, I would love to be on your podcast. I was like, whoa. like okay, now we're kind of official now.
yeah. Like as soon as he told me about you guys, I was all for it.
Yeah.
I was like, abso-freaking-lutely. Like,
Right.
no, like hands down, don't even care. Like, let's do it.
Right. So I hadn't been like there for a while. I wasn't really into like the YouTube or TikTok because I had an old TikTok. When I had 14,000 followers at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went hunting with my daughter. She was still 14 right now. She was 13. And I panned a camera around that showed the 30-06, and they banned me, buddy. So I kind of just quit YouTube, all of it altogether. I'm like, you know what? Heck with you. If you're going to be like that. Well, it's TikTok, not YouTube. And then so, I hadn't really watched a whole lot of people. And then when I started, I got into Kendall Gray, Fishing with Tate. And then I saw Ethan, and then he introduced me into you, and I joined you live the other day. And I was like, dude, that Bigfoot game looked wild.
dude, let me tell you, and that's a game that I actually genuinely will play off stream, just because it actually is challenging. Dude, a lot, and not only is it scary, Bigfoot, and then when you play it multiplayer, right? Because it's multiplayer, like so one of us could play as Bigfoot. That's
awesome.
when it gets really challenging.
He told me, he's like, yeah, man, Clay, he likes to play Call of the Wild. And I don't know if you remember that comment when I joined in. I said, well, this is definitely not Call of the Wild.
yeah.
I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah, somebody had made the comment. I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about the G1 Biggie. That's what they were calling Bigfoot, G1 Biggie, for the like a great one Bigfoot or something. But actually, me and Ethan have kind of pondered on the idea of going on some trails and like doing some Bigfoot researching and like some things like that. Just kind of pondered on it, which I know I'm skeptical, right?
Right.
Ethan, diehard. He's a diehard. And cool. I would almost put money on it that if anyone out on this world could probably show me Bigfoot, it'd probably be Ethan.
Yeah. Oh, I believe it.
Yeah. So that's why, again, I was like, man, I've thrown the idea of going to like the Appalachia Trail with him because, you all know it's just right around the corner pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So like, at least from us, so it's not too bad, but you guys said it too, that you all are from West Virginia?
Yeah, we literally live like maybe 15 minutes away from a whole section of the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. So we'd definitely be having a meet and greet on the Appalachian Trail. Could you imagine?
I don't know if you ever heard of Bluefield, West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the southernmost part, one of the most southern parts of West Virginia. That's where we're at. We're literally an hour and a half away.
Gotcha.
An hour from North Carolina, an hour and a half from Tennessee,
Yeah.
We're 4 hours away from West Virginia University, though.
Only 45 minutes away from Virginia Tech, though.
Yeah.
No, we won't talk about
Yeah.
Virginia Tech. We're-
Man, so where I'm at in Kentucky, to be exact, this will be probably. I don't think I've ever said this, which nobody really has ever asked.
Right.
They've just really kind of said what part, kind of central, eastern, whatever. So if y'all know where Lexington is, Lexington,
Oh,
Kentucky,
yeah.
I'm 30 minutes outside of it.
Oh,
Okay.
that's honestly, I actually told Ethan this. Me and Drew here, when we was about 18, 19, 20, we used to travel working a lot from anywhere from New Jersey to Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been to all these big cities. And honestly, for me, and I told him this, Lexington is my favorite city I've been to out of Philly, Newark, Little Rock, Atlanta, all them places.
Man,
I
Lexington's
like
like the
Lexington.
only big city, though, that doesn't smell like pee whenever you go there.
Facts. Facts. Dude, I've never thought of that, but you are so right. Because, like, going to Chicago, I went to Chicago once, and that was one of the very first things that stood out to me was the smell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's like, I don't mean to talk about that, but Philadelphia, it was the nastiest city I ever been to.
Really?
Yeah, I was like,
Wow. Isn't that like Philadelphia? Isn't that like one of the original colonized
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cities?
That's technically the birthplace of America, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Birthplace
Yeah, and we're letting the
Constitution.
birthplace of America get all nasty. Like, come on.
Well, I kind of can see why the Eagles fans are always grumpy.
yeah.
So, how did you get started into streaming video games on TikTok? And you got also outdoor content too.
Yeah. So, dude, this is that's a really, really good question. So I actually started streaming on Kick probably about a year and a half ago. I was doing a lot of streams on Warzone, and I was actually pretty decent at Warzone. I stayed in Platinum probably the majority of my freaking career up until the very last bit. I rage quit and was like, yeah, it's on this.
Right?
Once you get so far into Warzone, then you hit hackers, and then it's just nothing but hackers. So it's just like, yeah, I can't. But so I started streaming Warzone. Then from Warzone, I went to Fortnite. From Fortnite, I went to this game called Arena Breakout.
Mm-hmm.
Arena Breakout is very, very simple. It's pretty much the great value version of Escape from Tarkov. It's
Gotcha.
like, and if you are like a huge Escape from Tarkov fan, that is a really good game to like get your training wheels under you because Escape from Tarkov. Don't get me wrong, if y'all know how to play that game, bravo to you, buddy, because that game is like, I mean, dude, that game is so frustrating and so in depth. It's just, oh God, I can't.
Man,
But,
every time I play it, I die. Like, I don't even know how I die. I just spawn in and I take like 2 steps and I'm dead.
Yeah, literally, and then it's
you
the
lose
computers
everything.
90% of the time. It's the computers that are messing you up. It ain't even a player. But so I ended up after that. I actually dropped streaming for a little bit, and then I lost my job at the job I was at. Now, where I was working was very, very stressful. I was a manager over 20-something odd people doing oil changes, about 80 to 85 oil changes a day.
Golly.
You know, like cranking them out, and I'm going to say this, we have to do it within 15 minutes or less. I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So they were kind of going in a direction I didn't really agree with on the retail side of things. So I was already kind of had my foot out the door anyways.
Right.
But my manager at the time was currently kind of like my best friend
Mm-hmm.
and a mentor. He had put me in a situation that he should have never had even tried to put me in.
Right.
So it made my life a whole lot harder. And at the time, I was with someone that had got diagnosed with cancer at the time.
Oh, yeah.
So I was trying to work and take care of that, and trying to rebuild this whole store full of new employees and a brand new store manager because it's a co-op store. So there was 2 managers. Where I was the more seasoned one, they had just promoted a rookie in. So I was just training everybody. That's when my streaming started to pick up, because when I was struggling at work, I was coming back home to stream to kind of get my sanity back to me.
Right.
So then it was, well, Clay, why are we playing this game and not videoing? So then it was every time I was hitting the power button, I was recording, or I was going live, and then I was making little clips, or I was doing little clips here and there. And then now it's turned into this. Kick, I gained about, I think, 300 subs on Kick, and then I had seen where TikTok Studio was allowing for you to request to go live. So then I just up and tried it, and dude, my first day, I went live and I had hit like 120 viewers.
Wow.
I hit my first day of 1,000 followers within my first day. My first week, we broke 172,000 likes with 109 viewers or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, we just blew up over here on TikTok, and it was just. I was talking to Kaylin about it a long time ago. It was like, I think I may just stream strictly to TikTok.
Right.
And the more that I do it, the better it gets, because, see, I guess what some people don't realize, whenever you get up there in your viewership and you get up there in your followers and stuff, you can actually do these like agencies or clubs that if you produce a video with a certain sound or a certain face that you're making, you can actually make money off of that if it gets recognized.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so you have to. I'm pretty sure you have to have 1,000 followers in order to join one of those creator groups. But that has been something that I've looked into, and it has been something that I've been thinking about doing as well, as joining one of these groups. And now that I've been thinking about that, that's all I ever see on TikTok now.
Right.
So
crazy how that
so
works out.
it's just a constant reminder that, you know, there's these groups that you can make money off of just from making simple videos with a certain sound.
Gotcha.
So are you looking to move into content creation as your job? Is that the ultimate goal for you?
Yes, ultimately, yes, because the job that I have right now where I'm selling cars, it kind of lines up with streaming in a way, because I can break away from my job. If I've sold enough cars for the day, I can go home.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and so if I come on home and I feel like going live that day, it works out. But here recently, I've been just grinding the car sales, so I've been trying to make some bread, you know. So I've been grinding them car sales.
So this is that time of year to do it, man. Everybody getting their taxes back. Everybody needs a car.
Oh yeah, man. And I was making the joke today because we had a truckload come in with nothing but Tacomas, and it had one other vehicle on it, and it was a Tundra. And so I made the joke like, yep, it's tax season. It's officially tax season.
Right.
Once you see them Tacomas start rolling in.
But I don't know if it's like over there where you're at, but man, that's all you really see is that and Mitsubishi Outlanders. That's all you see every day.
Yes. Outlanders. Yeah, I don't know why the Outlanders either. They sound empty. Have you ever noticed that? Mitsubishi, they sound empty when you start them.
Yeah. Well, I drive one. So
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I started one up the other day, one of those Outlanders, and it sounded like that. It was like, good God.
Right. It sells you on it's a third row. That's why people buy, and it's cheaper. It's not as expensive as the bigger ones. You know, I think that's what it is. I don't know. But
yeah.
My man Hunter here, he's saw one of your clips. Was it Phasmophobia?
Yeah, Phasmophobia.
He said if that doesn't sum up that entire game, it's where you're just looking at like a doorway with a brick wall and just jumped out and scared you.
Yes. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, some of the worst jump scares. So that game that was it with like a white creature that's like this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That one is actually the mortuary assistant or something. Mortuary assistant, and that is the scariest game I have ever played.
I don't know.
I refuse to play it. Yeah, I refuse to play it. And when chat was begging me there for like a couple weeks to play it, I'm like, I'll play it. I play like 10 minutes. I give him like 2 or 3 jump scares, and I'm done. I'm done after that. And dude, I mean, some of them. That one that you're talking about is probably the best jump scare because that one, I mean, I was shaking all over. But but there was one where I don't know if it's on my TikTok or not. It might be on one of my YouTube reels. But the body, like I'm looking at the body, I'm inspecting the body or whatever, and I turn. And then I turn back, and the body's gone.
Oh.
And so I'm like, okay, the body was here, whatever. It's not here no more. And so in the video, you see, like, the hallway, so the big double doors. Well, on the side of the double door, you see the body of the person, like, you know. And then whenever you walk towards it, it just, like, kind of walks away. That one got me really good. And it didn't even jump out at me.
So it sounds like a game we need Hunter to stream live on Twitch.
Dude, I would be there. I'm not even kidding. I will be there for that if you do it. I'm not even kidding. That is a scary game, dude. And I've got one friend. Her name is Brittany. She's not in my live right now, but Brittany is a pro at this game because there's different endings that you can get. Pretty sure she's gotten all of them. And she's also been the one that likes to bandwagon that game. Like, Clay, you need to play it for the jump scares. No.
So what you're saying is she's a lot tougher than all of us guys.
Oh, 100%. 100%, man. She takes it like a man, and I'm over here like, nah. I'm sleeping with all the lights on.
I said
That's how I feel after just like 1 or 2 games of Phasmophobia. And it's not even that bad.
And now if you're like a new player to Phasmophobia or anything, oh yeah, it's terrifying.
Oh,
terrifying. But I got another game for you all to try because it's the same layout as Phasmophobia, same layout. So it's the same concept. You know, you're a hunter of some kind. It's called Demonologist.
I've actually got that game.
Do you?
Yeah.
It is 10 times scarier than Phasmophobia.
I feel like it's a little bit more complicated than Phasmophobia too.
It is, and the tools don't make sense.
No, they don't. It's like tools from like the 1800s that you're trying to hunt these ghosts with. Meanwhile, Phasmophobia, you got all this high-tech gear and stuff.
Yeah, like you're using a lantern instead of a flashlight to walk around. The UV light is literally like a purple flame.
And like the EMF radar has like a cockroach or something on it or something.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, man.
I've never been big on games like that. Like, my buddy Drew here, he's a pretty big fella, right? I seen, you know them little jump scare videos where you're watching them and something jumps out?
Yeah.
This man throws his phone every time I send it to him.
Every time, man.
Like the baseball one where they hit the baseball and it like comes back. Yeah, those get me, man. Those get me for sure.
So we hit on a little bit before we started recording. You got a YouTube video. I actually have it pulled up on my TV at home, but it's where you're at those mushroom mines with Ethan. He talked about them a couple of times, but how'd that video do for you going down there?
Oh, dude, that was an amazing experience. That was actually my first time meeting a YouTuber. That was my first time meeting up with someone from YouTube at all, ever.
Right.
I know I just said that, but it was like it was just so unreal to me that it's one of those things like, is this really happening and is this happening to me?
Right.
And so when I met Ethan, obviously I was just a nervous wreck, but going up there, he kind of gave me the layout. He helped me with the intro. Oh, dude, it was just a great experience. I mean, there's nothing else that I can say other than we've got to get you boys down here to experience that. Because once you go in there, I mean, dude, the video, it does some justice, but once you're there, like the altar, right? So the altar and the flashlight scene and everything, yeah, it's one thing to see it on video. When you're watching Ethan and you literally, I mean, you've talked to Ethan. Ethan is a very straightforward person,
very
honest
smart
human being, very, very smart.
Yes.
And he's literally holding the flashlight like this, just like this, goes out. Kept going out. And then it would go out on command. He had it, I'm pretty sure, turned back on for us at one point. The next thing that I really want to look into, especially if you said that you know someone that has all this equipment, bro, we've got to get you guys down here, man.
I want to do it. I'm gonna message him actually here in a little bit. See, the thing is about that guy, about Ghost. his gaming channel's Elite Rejects. He does Grand Theft Auto videos. I grew up with him, right? So
Really?
yeah, I grew up. I've known him for over 20 years, but I've never really, we never talked about YouTube together. Never talked
Wow.
about it. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna message him. He's successful. Maybe we get him on here and interview him, and he'll give us some tips. And he did. And then he was like, dude, he said, on the side, that's what I do is ghost hunt. I was like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah, dude, that would be another thing that I think would be really cool for some of us would be the it's up in Louisville, Kentucky, the Insane Asylum. What is that place called, honey?
I know it starts with a W.
Waverly, yes,
Yes.
Waverly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I've never been there. My cousin is gone, who is now some sort of politician. So you obviously know just right off the bat, he's some kind of skeptical there. But
Right.
so he went terrified, absolutely terrified of that place. Came back, was telling me stories of it. Could not explain the scratches on his arm because they tell you,
Oh, Lord.
you know, like they tell you apparently like, hey, we tell you no running for a reason because like you will get scratched.
No, that's
And
insane.
he was like pretty much called their BS and took off running, and he came back and he had scratch marks all up and down his arm.
That's insane.
Nope.
I'll see if I can find that picture for you. I might see if he's on Instagram or something. But
That's insane.
but him and like a group of people, they were talking about staying the night there and everything because that's something you can do. Yeah, no, I'm just like you. No, nuh-uh.
Well, there's this place that it's just down the road from us, really.
Yeah.
It's actually the number one,
The most haunted place in West Virginia.
the most haunted place in West
It
Virginia,
was on the
and
it was on the top 10 list for the United States.
for the
I
United
believe.
States. It actually is just like 15 minutes down the road from us. It's called Lake Shawnee. It is it's an old abandoned amusement park just right down the road from our house, and we're gonna go stay the night in there one night, and with all this equipment, and we're gonna see what happens.
It was built on an Indian burial ground.
That they dug up.
No way, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, that is insane. I've always heard with the Indian burial grounds and stuff, don't take anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not taking nothing.
Leave it there.
Yeah.
That is all I've ever heard. When it comes to them Indian burial sites and stuff, do not take a thing.
There's
Well,
like
West Virginia didn't get that memo because we built an amusement park on one and then a prison on another one.
Yeah. That's the same thing with the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum up in Western Virginia. It's built on a Indian burial ground, and then Moundsville, West Virginia State Penitentiary, it's built on an Indian burial ground.
West Virginia's like,
Jeez.
well, I hear what you're saying.
But this
But
land
no.
is good.
Yeah. Jeez, man. Golly.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you said that was the first time you ever? Was that the first like live video where you went somewheres and recorded? Was with Ethan?
Oh yeah. First time YouTube, first time other location of my live. First time actually getting in my God's honest opinion, some sort of. I can't explain the light eyes, the bright eyes. I can't explain that.
He showed us that picture on his
Yeah.
phone, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't explain that. And I've showed my buddies, and I've they're like, well, it's because there's light on the other side of the cave. Okay, that makes zero sense to me because in the video I'm going at a different angle. Why isn't that light stretching across that wall if it's a light?
Right.
It should be stretching across the wall at a different angle, and it's not. So that's why I was like, there's no way it's a light.
That's it. No, we've been like our last 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
We've been digging into folklore and conspiracy theories. So this kind of just falls right into all of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like last week, was it last weekend or the weekend before last? We was eating like the world's hottest gummy bear, and it is a Carolina Reaper gummy bear that's about 3 inches, 2.5, 3 inches
Thing
big.
was huge, man.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah, you can say it because, buddy.
We were
Jeez.
saying it.
It was tough. It was tough money.
Yeah.
When we was eating that, Ethan hops on. He said, "Hey, man, y'all want to talk about Bigfoot and some ghost stories?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "As soon as we get done dying after this, we'll call you." So we actually recorded an impromptu interview with him, And you said you wanted to go Bigfoot hunting with him. Have you talked to him about his Bigfoot stories?
No, I haven't talked to him about any of his Bigfoot stories. Well, no, we shared a few stories in the cave. I think I remember telling him about the one story that we had for Boy Scouts on the Appalachian Trail, where there was like a tree knock, and the guide was like, "There's no trails down there. There shouldn't be any sounds coming."
Right.
And my buddy One Eye Bri, he actually took it and would hit it back, and it would come back. Like that was really creepy. But the tour guide or whatever was saying, there's no trails down there. There shouldn't be.
So
You shouldn't be hearing anything.
So using the Boy Scouts, right? Is that what you're saying?
Say it again.
Using the Boy Scouts?
Yeah.
So did you camp on the Appalachian Trail with the Boy Scouts?
I didn't. Hell no. Hell no. No. They did for sure. Me, I was too. At the time, I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna stay with mom and dad.
I was about to say because I was in Boy Scouts, and I actually hiked a 12-mile trek with the Boy Scouts and stayed the night on the Appalachian Trail. I was going to say that's wild if you done the same thing, because I'm sure there's a huge age gap between us. So
that's exactly what they did. So they were hiking up and down it. Me, like I said, I was too scared, so I went home.
Yeah, right.
I was good, but I was probably maybe 10. 9 or 10.
Yeah, that's about what age I was. They gave us a tarp and a rope and said, "Go make you a tent."
Yeah.
So we.
Oh
did.
my God, dude! You just had massive memory for just into remembering the different knots, how to tie the different knots and everything, bro.
Well, we tied up this rope, right, and we're like, "All right, remember, because it's going to frost the next morning, to put it the right way." Well, we did not. So we woke up with frost all over us, and they didn't tell us. They was like, "Hey, man, whatever you want to do."
Yeah.
That was good times, though. I missed that. That was fun.
So do you guys like to fish and hunt and everything?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, funny story about that. Hey, look, Ethan destroys this hunter every chance he gets, so feel free to join in. This man has never been wade fishing, never been hunting, never been anything. So
and the irony is I'm the one whose name is literally Hunter.
That's
That's
that'll
usually
do
how
for
it
it.
goes, though.
well, Ethan told him he should change his name to Gatherer.
Gather.
So one of our actual video ideas is when it warms up, obviously. I got a little older, getting in that cold water kind of hurts the knees now. But we're going to take this man wade fishing for the first time.
Yep.
So, but we're going to take him. We're going to take him to a spot that's a little more like wildlife prone. So we're going to take the city guy here and scare him a little bit.
City guy.
Which is ironic that we say that he's never done any of this, but he's from McDowell County, West Virginia, which is like, if you picture like us in West Virginia being from the sticks, go about 30 miles further, and then that's where he's from.
Man. So
Ethan commented saying that he'll be there.
Yeah, you will. I hope Ethan does come because he's going to wreck you.
the one thing that now that we've kind of got like a little bit of like an established group, I would love to do a fishing tournament state to state.
That would be fun.
That would be. Well, see, the only difference is you guys in Kentucky. I've been watching y'all get these big old bass. We just don't have those in West Virginia. You tell them, Drew, what you looking at?
Man, if you go out and catch a 5-pounder for the day, you've actually caught a really nice largemouth. You know what I mean?
Really?
For around here.
You're more like, this area is more like, if you want to get into trout fishing, catfishing's the dominant thing in this area.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of bass fishing here, and there's some big bass being caught, but I mean, it's your average bass that you catch throughout the day is probably, 3.5, something like that,
One thing I'm really excited I want to do this year, I want to take Hunter, is every, our thing in West Virginia is like blue and gold and everything, right? And April 1st through the 3rd, they stock all the rivers and stuff with golden rainbow trout.
Yeah.
So it's called the West Virginia Gold Rush. They do it every single year. So I want to take you out there for that. That'd be kind of cool.
That sounds sick, dude.
Man, if you like trout fishing, we have all kinds of streams local
Oh yeah.
that
I've actually never caught a trout.
really.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
kind
I've never caught a trout. Even Caitlin just went, what?
of like
But yeah, I've never caught a trout, and I've never caught any kind of salmon.
yeah. I've never done salmon.
That is on my to-do list. Like, go to Alaska, do like a salmon run, or even like kind of north, just like Maine or New York or somewhere in there.
Man, I have a buddy that went to he went up to Wisconsin on a salmon run. He caught a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what's his name? Who sent that in my Discord? I'm actually going to show this if they don't care. This gentleman posted this in my Discord
Mm-hmm.
of the trout that he's catching. His name's John. He's a really good kid. I mean, look at them things.
Golly. But
I mean, them suckers are huge.
if I caught something
Like, what
half the size of that, I'd be excited.
Dude, seriously, like I wouldn't know what to do.
Man.
But yeah, I asked him before we got on here. I asked him if those were trout or salmon, and he's like, oh yeah.
But yeah, the one thing with trout around here is they are really like a fragile fish. Like you could take a catfish and just chuck it back in the water. It's great. It'll survive forever.
Yeah.
Trout, you got to be like gentle. Like,
Well,
love
So
on
you
them.
really like can't pull them out of the water. Or,
like
The stock trout are the worst.
yeah, you got to get your hands wet.
Yeah, but if you go down to like the river here that's local to us, and you catch some out of the fast moving water, it's usually like a native or something like that. They're pretty tough, but like the stocked rainbows or the golds, yeah, they're pretty easy to kill.
Yeah. We also got watch down here in this area of West Virginia. You may run into a little bit of that brown trout, if you know what I'm saying. Some pipes just run straight in the water.
Man, you gonna just throw us under the bus like that?
I've wade fished it all my life. I haven't died.
yeah. Man, we say that about the Kentucky River pretty much out down here because I could walk to the Kentucky River just that way. I mean, it might be a 5-minute drive.
Oh, man.
But dude, we used to have a rope swing that would come out by the WMU water plant, and we would swing off of it. And then, man, there was like a rumor that went around that they had found a body or something up the river a little ways. And after that, everybody was like, yeah, no, we ain't getting back in that river, this and that. And
That's like where I got little kids now. Well, I got 4 kids. I mean, I'd be outside playing in the mud and the water holes. My wife like, "Do you think they're dirty and you're gonna get sick from that water?" I said, "Man, you should see what I was swimming in."
yeah. Dude, I got it. Let's see if I can find this.
You're right. Oh shoot! So, what was like your favorite moment streaming so far?
Favorite moments streaming so far. I've got 2 of them. I don't know if y'all heard that. Did y'all hear Caitlin say me? She literally got quiet. She just went me.
There you go.
But 2 favorite times. Well, actually, I got 3. When Fishing with Tay, when he called me on my live, that was really cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was really cool talking to him. Also, a huge shout out to Ethan. Thank you for making that happen.
Yeah.
You all being my first, like, this is obviously one of my favorite moments now because this is my first podcast ever being on anything like this.
Awesome.
And then breaking the 172,000 likes. That was, because that was honestly going to be a 200 to 250,000 like live.
Mm-hmm.
But we had things going on that night, and we were trying to share the love with some of my buddies that I kind of came up with on TikTok.
Right.
I'll go ahead and kind of say their names too. Mendoza Fly and DK. Those 2 guys really, really kind of hung around in the very beginning with me and stuck with me. Kind of, we really kind of stuck it out.
Right.
So unfortunately, DK he had lost a dog. He had to put his dog down, and that really, really kind of messed with him bad. So he's been absent for a little bit, but kind of check in on him from here to there. But Mendoza Fly, man, he's got more followers than me now. He's been grinding it out over there on Phasmophobia, dude, and he had watched me play it one night, and I told him to download it, that we would play it, and then I think he started playing it without me. He got tired of waiting on me or something, so he started playing it, and now he's like a freaking legend at the game. He's freaking awesome at it, man.
I could definitely feel that last part. This Hunter begged me forever to buy a gaming computer. I bought a gaming computer last year. Ask him how many times I played with him.
I don't think I've even played with him one time since he's gotten the game.
I'm like, I'm not smart enough for this thing. Where's the PlayStation at?
Dude, I can't tell you when I finally made the swap from PlayStation or just console to PC. Exactly how you feel is exactly how I felt. I felt so ignorant to what was going on with my computers. Like, even to this day, 90% of the time I use chat to figure out what the hell's going on with my computer.
That's like, they'll be like, what type of graphics card do you got? I said, I don't know. I got text Hunter. What do I got?
Yeah. The guy that built mine, that's what I do. I text him like, what is this again? How much is that?
Like, I'll be honest with you, man. As soon as my brother, who's a lot smarter in this stuff than me, he went to Walmart, saw this gaming computer, he said, hey, this will run what you need it to. Go get it. I'm like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
Bought it, used it as an office thing.
My first computer, I built it because, I wanted to be that PC gamer to be like, I built my first computer, and it's now our basement computer.
Is that one right there?
Then whenever it came time to get a new one, I was like, you know what? I done built one. I've done that. I'm buying a pre-built. It ain't worth it.
Right.
Yeah, see, I've never messed with, other than just putting parts on it. I've never actually built it from scratch or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So changing pace here a little bit, because I have another couple buddies that we actually play Call of the Wild. What's the most frustrating thing about that game to you? There's a long list, I'm sure. But.
while you're thinking about it, I'll tell you what my most frustrating part is. It reminds me how bad I am at hunting in real life.
Dude, the most frustrating thing in that game is I'm going to call it COD timing, because the does know when you are zoned in on that one deer. They know when to step out right in front of his vitals so you can't shoot him.
Yeah.
That is the most frustrating thing ever to me, because then now you have to swap. Dude, you could have spent 30 minutes crawling to this thing, and now the doe is like, oh, I'm going to step out in front of the vitals so you can't shoot.
Right.
And so that's definitely the most frustrating thing to me.
Yep.
That or just simply not being able to get a great one. I haven't been able to get one, but that's also my fault, because I'm such a just energetic person. I'm just everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I like playing a bunch of different games and showing different clips and doing different things. Like, I told chat the other night, I don't want to be just a Hunter Call of the Wild streamer.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I almost burnt myself out on the game doing a red deer grind, trying to get a great one.
Yeah. See, that's what I was kind of running into with the red deers, actually. And then I swapped it to whitetail. Then I started running into the same thing with the whitetail. Then I even started doing it with the pheasants. And the pheasants, actually, I don't know what's going on with the pheasants, but the pheasants, for some reason, whenever I'm waiting for my respawn, if it's the time's up and I've waited my 15 minutes or whatever it may be, and then I go back to check for my respawn, they just quit spawning.
Mm-hmm.
So I've like restarted the game. I've exited it out. I've checked for updates. I don't know. So I gave up completely on the pheasant grind just because I kept going to zones, man. And like, all right, I'm ready to go kill me some pheasants. I've got my shotgun ready, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Just for nothing to be there. And it's just like, what the? Now that's really frustrating.
Yeah, it is.
You know what? I'm going to change my answer. How buggy the game can be in some points. Like little situations like that, that can be very, very frustrating.
Yep.
Yeah. That is the most frustrating part of any game is when there's the bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like the biggest bug that I find, because I like sports games, is that every defense I ever play against in college football online knows how to pick off every pass I throw.
That's
Yeah.
trash, bro.
No.
No.
So
Oh, Lord.
To kind of piggyback off one of the things that you mentioned earlier, about not wanting to be known for this game or that game or anything like that. How many times, have you ran into the issue yet of when you're playing games, it's like, okay, I can't even really enjoy the game because it's almost become like a job. Because I went through a streaming grind for a while, like a couple of years ago. And I ended up getting affiliated on Twitch and stuff.
Yep.
But it's like as soon as you hit affiliate, you get that moment, you're like, yes, this is awesome, I can get paid. Then it's like,
Mhm.
okay, now this is a job, now it's not as fun.
you're right.
Yeah.
'Cause now you're-
It's almost, in my eyes, I think realistically, that's what TikTok, I think, is actually trying to produce with the whole you can make money off of just this one sound by posting this clip. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that TikTok has got on top of like Twitch and YouTube and I don't know, even Instagram, is because of that right there. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
I had in my profession, I'll just go ahead and say it. I work as long as I don't identify anything, I work inside of a prison. So I get to deal with a lot of people that are going home and coming back. And I had this one guy, inmate, told me one time, because I was like, man, I was teaching class. I'm like, dude, I just don't want to be here today. Like, we're doing the same thing over and over and over. And he was like, look, instead of saying, I have to do it, get up every day and say, I get to do this. I get to play video games. I get to stream. I get to do this. He said, you start saying that, it'll change your perspective on everything. So every time I get like down on like that, I get to that, like, because there's time, man, I'll be honest with you, like, even speaking with Ghost and a lot of people with this content creation, there's a lot more that goes into this than people think. Like, it is exhausting. You got research, then you got your shorts, your reels, your TikToks, and you got, it's just a lot. Editing. This guy editing, he hates when I start talking about things. I'm like, oh yeah, we could throw a picture in that video. And this man, Drew's like, wow.
I watch the whole video to find that one place with that one picture.
That or I get intent. Like last episode, we had to cut 5 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Because we all coach youth sports. I got on a rant about youth sports. Thought about it for a day. I was like, we might want to cut that.
Thought about it until the day before the drop to be like, hey, we should probably cut that.
Yeah.
After Drew had already done most of the editing.
So yeah, man, there's a lot that goes into it that people just don't understand. Like, there's a lot.
Yeah. It's there's definitely more than just you getting in front of a camera. That is, let alone that takes a lot of courage.
Yes, it does.
Because you don't know how people are going to react to you. You don't know if they're going to like the gameplay that you have. You don't know if they're even going to like you.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And then once you start getting noticed, you start getting those little bit of them hate comments, hate messages. Like, we had a video promoted, and my goodness, buddy, it's like we offended the world.
Yeah. Tell me about it, man.
Facebook doesn't like, people on Facebook don't like when you promote a video.
Yeah, tell me about it. Definitely just to piggyback off of the more known you get, the more haters you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is for sure.
Have you had one person hate on you that really stopped you from it? Like, man, that really messed with me.
Oh yeah. I've got one, man, that absolutely dogged me, and I didn't say anything, I didn't do anything to this individual. I was actually at work when the individual started mentioning all these things about me.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't said anything to this day because that individual is ignorant enough to continue paying me on my live. So,
Okay. Go for it.
If you're gonna keep talking smack about me, but come into my live and then pay me, that I'm not gonna say anything about it. Just keep paying me.
Yeah, keep paying my bills. I don't care.
So,
Man, I've had
so
at me for free. I'll take it if I'm going to get paid for it.
Yeah. there's really, that one was really the one that really, really kind of stuck with me, and it was just like, wow. Because, you know, it's just like, whatever. But the other one, I like to say I've got about 8,000 plus haters, is what I like to say. And there's a legitimate counter out there for some of the ones that kind of know that insider there. But but yeah, no, the haters for sure. They can't stand that I jump around from game to game to game to game. They cannot stand that. But they also understand that I can't stand sitting on one game doing the same thing. So, you know, it's very, very mind numbing, especially when you've done in the game everything to your power to achieve that goal, and yet you still, for whatever reason, haven't been able to achieve that goal. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Man,
that's when I kind of need a break from it, you know?
The worst one, like, we have been cussed. I mean, we had a message simply saying just F off. And that didn't bother me. The one that bothered me the most was that some guy messaged, and I've told these guys, this dude messaged us, and he's like, hey, man, what are you guys all about? So I go through, I send like this nice written, explain everything, like we're doing this for stress relief, blah, 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 to build awareness, you know, just this huge thing, right? And the man simply just puts, oh, well, no, thank you, I'm not interested. And I was like, I said, that bothered me more than anything. I said, I'd rather the man cuss me.
Hey, I do have one major question for you guys, just because I want to see, like, because this is a good conversation. This would be a really good conversation to have to kind of see where everybody's heads, because you mentioned one thing where it's stress relief, right?
Yeah.
I am a major, like, my Discord knows anyways, and if you all have noticed on my TikTok videos, almost every single one of my TikTok videos has hashtag men's mental health awareness.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So if you all don't care, do you care if I plug this just real quick?
Yeah, I have bipolar type 1 disorder, so I fully support every bit of that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
so everyone that's in my live right now, you guys already know that you all can reach out, talk to me anytime. You all know that you all can call. We even have our private voice logs, so you all can talk to me if you need to. Now, I know me personally, so I've been through my fair share of, all of us have been through our fair share of really, really jacked up situations that probably have stuck with us longer than normal. So, especially with us guys, because we're raised as men to stash that shit. You're a man, put it away.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I will give this one right here next to me credit for. She is absolutely love my life, and she lets me be as emotional as I want.
There you go. Hey, it's International Women's Day.
Oh yeah, it is International Women's Day. But no, dude. But yeah, guys. So like for real. I'm sorry, I'm looking up here because with the chat. But you guys have the Discord. If y'all need me, I know there's a few of you that have actually used this and have talked to me a few times. So again, huge. What are you doing?
Yo, I like.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I love that you said that, man, because I 100% agree with that.
Absolutely.
And same thing, man. With us at the basement, if you got to reach out to somebody, send us a message too. We all have mental health issues with us. That's a big reason as to why this is what we look forward to on Saturdays. You know, other than spending time with family, doing everything, this is a time we can come out and we could just, you know, and those will sound weird. Instead of being men all week, this is a time for us to be back to being boys. You know?
Yes.
And enjoy
yes. That was a perfect way of saying that. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I'm big on that mental health. So that's awesome. I didn't know that about you. I love that.
Yeah, just about almost every single one of my TikTok videos, I've always put mental health. Just because too, laughter in terrible situations will always bring happiness.
Absolutely.
No matter the situation. So I mean, you could be on the other end of your phone crying, pleading for your life, but you know you got Clay coming up making you laugh. So there you go.
I mean, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, with this, I mean, he's ex-military, so I mean, he's there.
Oh yeah. So yeah, then yeah, like for sure. And also, thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you for your support.
But man, yeah, I love that you said that, man. That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
But that's something that we do. I do focus big on these guys as well. You know, my brother, my whole family's military. I was the first one not to go military, and you know, there for like the longest time with mental health, he was kind of like one of them. Like you didn't really, and myself, I had issues, but I just thought it was normal, right? I was like you said, we got to stash that crap away and just don't cry or anything. So when I seen my brother go to Iraq and come back, I got to see the mental health issues firsthand, and that's when I started doing more research. And then I started going to I went to college, got my bachelor's degree, and I started to learn more into it. And then I started to be able to focus on myself, like, oh, whoa, this ain't normal, you know. So yeah, you're right. Big
Yeah.
in that. I like that you do that. I mean, I'll definitely send me your Discord, and I'll join it, and we'll share it out there.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I will definitely DM you
Yeah.
the Discord for sure. I was gonna ask you all. I can't remember what I was gonna ask you all now.
I hate
Well,
when that happens.
we'll move on from it.
I hate
Yeah.
when that happens on camera because you're like, we had an episode.
Well, my best friend Kenan, he's such a troll.
Oh, dude,
He's
dog.
in my chat, and he popped up, and it was just said something stupid, and so I was reading it, and it caught me off guard. But
I think that's why I'm so scared of lives. Is because I am like so scattered. These guys are too. We're scatterbrained. Somebody says something in the chat, I done forgot what I was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
like-
I do it all the time. I have to ask chat if I've picked up my animal that I just shot, like in the game. Like I'll be talking to them and running, doing my thing, and then I'll just completely forgot that I picked up the animal and be like, wait, did I pick up the animal? Or what are we doing again?
Like you'll see. I don't know if you can see that, but this is for our episodes, right? It's got me talking points that reminds me to hit each section for each
Wow,
episode,
dude.
because I just got such a bad memory.
Dude, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro.
Right.
I would honestly do the same. Well, actually, I've done that for my intro. I've typed it out in my notes before.
We sat here was it last weekend? We have this thing we do, Welcome to the Basement, where it's top level content from the lower level. We sat here for like 30 minutes saying, what did we say? Was it top? We sat there and just kept going over. I was like, let me just pull up a video.
I think that's probably the hardest thing to do sometimes is trying to figure out a good intro for your video or a good outro.
Right.
That is always the one thing that you will always catch me stuttering on. Almost always.
Like the actual top level content from the lower level line that we use is I actually got that from a supervisor at my work that was literally making fun of us, and he said, "Ooh, top level content from the lower level." I was like, "Actually, that's pretty good."
Yeah, that is actually really good. Wow.
I said, "I'll take it. Thank you." But it's there for a while. We was promoting our Facebook page, and he was like, "How are you going to promote it and never drop anything?" I was like, well, "We're trying to get an audience."
Yeah, for sure.
But man, I know we talked about it on your live the other day. I think we should all get together and at least game, and then we got to hit that mushroom mine up, and we got to get this guy outside.
Yeah. So, what kind of game? I mean, a Hunter Call of the Wild, or?
I mean, I got the abilities on PC to do whatever. Really, I mean,
Man,
these guys.
if you go over on YouTube and check out Elite Rejects, the Ghost, that's the guy we interviewed. He does Grand Theft Auto roleplay. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah, I used to. That's funny you said that. I used to have a Grand Theft Auto roleplay character named Cletus.
Nice.
Yeah, sounds like you fit right in.
Yeah, so he was a little. Well, I can't really say what kind of dealer he was, but y'all are picking up what. Yeah,
He was a
but
serotonin
Cletus, he kind of talked like this real loud, and yeah. So I'd be the one that would be all up in your face, yelling in the mic at the top of my lungs, so to make sure that you would hear me. But
That's funny.
but dude, role playing. I mean, it was fun. It was fun. It is definitely something you gotta put your mind into a whole different world.
That's what my buddy Ghost that does that. That's what he says. Like it's acting. He said you're acting the character. You know?
Yeah, and dude, the first few times you're gonna feel so weird. It's so weird.
even on these podcasts when I go, I stress too much. I go home when these drop on YouTube. I watch, I listen to the audio, and my wife, she'll be watching it with me. She said, "Why are you talking like that? Why are you being so excited?" I was like, "I mean, you're kind of, you're kind of playing a character on the, to me anyway. It's just the way I look at it." But
Kind of fun now.
well, shoot, man, I appreciate you stopping by with us. We'll definitely look into like doing some gaming, and I do want to hit these mushroom mines when it warms
Yeah,
up.
that's something that we.
When it
Yeah,
warms
yeah,
up.
for sure when it warms up. And
No,
then
man.
there's another place that I want to take you guys down to too.
Ooh,
Ethan as well. It's what's the place down by the river?
Oh Lord.
Well, I take notes. A good place.
Yeah, that one place. Yeah, that one place. Yeah, you're so helpful. Halls Falls, or Halls on the River. That's what it is. We'll get you guys some kayaks, right?
Oh
Because
Lord.
One-Eye Bri, he's always got the hookups, man.
Yeah.
One-Eye Bri, he's got some kayaks for us. And what we'll do, with neither of us, we're going to go. But what we'll do is we'll actually kayak out to the steamboat that was wrecked there, and it's still there out of the water. You can see it. And then up above the actual restaurant, that's what it is a trail. You go up onto the trail, and there's this massive, like, acre wide, maybe a 2 acre long, like, pond, and it's got a waterfall, and where you can literally go out there and swim.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is cool.
And that,
And it's all right there on the river, dude. Like, I mean, maybe 200 feet from the river.
isn't there another place in Kentucky where it's like an old battleship or World War II ship that's like wrecked somewheres, or it's something in Kentucky?
Yeah, it's on the I want to say it's the Ohio River, right on the border of Kentucky and
Yeah.
Ohio.
I saw a video on that, and I'm like, well, that would be interesting because I love history. I love any type of history like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
that would be cool to do something like that.
But yeah, man, we just I'm definitely, because I know that we're probably running out of time
Oh,
here.
no, you're good,
Yeah,
you're good.
she's but we'll definitely stay in contact because I do want to do like definitely the mine video. That is
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. And if we need to work around the kayak into the steamboat thing, we can work around that too. But that is definitely going to be a summertime thing.
It sounds to me like I got to work on my cardio.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's going to be. And what sucks too, now that I'm thinking about it, is where we would have to put in on the river is going to be pretty close to the dam. So we are probably going to have to fight some currents.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's time to hit the gym. My wife's been telling me.
Yeah, this one's been telling me.
You're right. I'm like, you ain't got to be like that. That's what they're there for, to keep your awareness up about yourself.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure.
But man, like I said, we'll stay in touch, and I appreciate you stopping by. Like I said, thank you guys for joining. We'll
Yeah, thank you.
we'll stop the recording for just a second. If I can't see it, hold on.
Recording stopped.
All right. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem, buddy.
We I have a live in front of me, and it's blocking the screen, so I can't see nothing.
No, you're good. I just ended mine.
Oh shoot.
But hopefully you all also get. Hey, wow, we had 215 views on that one.
Holy crap.
Nice.
There you
So-
go.
So that's good.
There
So
you go.
hopefully, I put the @ as my title, is hoping that it would actually @ you,
Mhm.
but it wouldn't actually let me @ you. So I just put your name, like the basement name on there, and just put podcast.
Be all right. But yeah.
So what I'm gonna do now though is I'm going to actually drop your all's YouTube and everything in the Discord.
Oh, dude, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no problem, God.
We appreciate any.
But hey, when I
And then-
made your promo video, I went in and I made it, played it, and then went through looking through my. Because I got an older iPhone, so man, I got to really watch what I put on there. The bad boy starts overheating. But I got to look and I was like, I missed entirely every single clip you sent me of the mushroom mines. So I was like, dang on it.
Yeah,
I said, I missed the main thing I wanted in there.
dude. Yeah, the one thing I don't think I included on that video because it's not really it wasn't a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
Was the mushroom trays? I don't think that they were in that video, but the trays that they grew those mushrooms, they're still all in there.
That's cool.
Yeah, and like you walk up to them, they're still full of dirt. I mean, dude, there's probably well over 200 in there.
It's like,
And they go way back in there.
Yeah, how do you do a lot of your how'd you do your recording? Do you use your cell phone? You use a GoPro? What do you use?
I use my cell phone, and I don't have it around me, but I have like a 12-inch tripod, and I use that as my selfie stick. So then anytime like I need to put it down or something, I just find something about chest height and then open the legs up and turn it sideways. Or I just use Caitlin. But the cinematic video type that you can do on the phone is actually really, really good.
Do you use iPhone or?
Yeah, just iPhone.
Okay. Yeah, so we've been looking at like GoPros, and I'm like, we've been looking at GoPros, and I'm like, man, they're just so expensive. And I'm like, my goodness. So I'm trying to ask other people like what they use, and everybody's like, I use a cell phone.
Well, we using cinematic on ours?
Yeah, so I'm going to see if it will actually, because her camera is so much better than mine. And yours is a what? 15? Mine's a 14. I don't know if you all can tell.
I blurred up a little bit.
Blurred, but bro, like, I mean, they have such a major difference.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, do the phone, and if you need to upgrade your phone to do videos, do it. It's gonna be so much easier. And then the way that you can take your videos, download Google Drive, take your videos from your phone and straight into your Google Drive onto your computer.
Yeah,
that's what we use is Google Drive.
Yeah, that is oh my God, that is such a savior.
Let me tell you something great about using Zoom. I don't know if it's going to save for you, but it automatically, it'll save to your computer, your files, but it'll extract it to where you have video, and then it'll extract the whole audio file. So all we got to do is just throw in our intros and stuff, and then boom, it's done. That's all you really got to do with Zoom. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, it
So
wasn't-
way less editing than what is needed.
Yeah, there's like none.
So when you save,
Wow.
when you save it to your computer from Zoom, or it auto saves, but it saves a separate video file and a separate audio file, so we can just upload it straight to our podcast distributor, and then after we do the intros and stuff. But yeah, man, it's pretty awesome doing these interviews with Zoom.
And
Wow.
if you ever get into the podcast thing, like you just want to do audio, Podbeans is like a cheat code because you can upload it there, and then they'll send it to Apple, iTunes, Amazon, Spot. They automatically send it to everybody.
Yeah.
And you just upload it all the time. They do it all for you.
It's like $14 a month, I think, is all it is.
Wow.
And like with Zoom, you can record free up to 40 minutes. But if you want to pay, like, was it $16 a month?
Something like that.
Then you can record, 48 hours solid?
Yeah.
With up to 100 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's when I seen you typing in like the password and stuff on there. I said, this might get interesting.
20 people join in.
I said,
man.
I'd welcome it. Get on in here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure, dude. They let's see here. Man, dude, my life really took a turn. We were climbing, and then I got into like a little stupid beef with another streamer. That's why I was saying I have 8,000 plus haters.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, and so it is so dumb because the streamer didn't want to share the love that he was receiving from other streamers.
Mm.
So whenever everybody came to receive that love, he was just banning them.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So he was using their platform to build his, and unfortunately we were one of those people. I introduced him to Hunter Call of the Wild. That is now all he streams with 8,000 plus viewers.
Very good.
Yeah, so I was like, yep, well played there, you.
That's one thing. Like we have made a decision from the time is anybody like that reached out to us. Hey man, can you? We had a guy cuts grass around here. He said, "Hey man, how much you charge me just to advertise my business?" I was like, "Nothing. Just tell me what you do." Like,
Yeah.
we'll throw you on the Facebook.
And dude, that's like dope that you do that too, because now you'll have local businesses wanting to come in and everything else in the world. Like, that'd be so sick.
That's like one thing. Like I said, we coach baseball and stuff. And not baseball, football and basketball and all that. And we have a middle school that's just right down the road from us. And they needed like baseball gloves. And I was like, let's just go buy some baseball gloves and take them to them. And they invited me to their practice. So I got to watch them practice for like an hour and then watch these kids. I was like, that was cool. You know? Then
Wow.
they got on their little Facebook page and shouted us out. I'm like, I didn't need all that. I just wanted you to like give you something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Help you
Yeah.
out. And
Yeah, for sure.
we had one. There's this basketball team which is like 3 hours away from us, a girls' high school basketball team that shared some Facebook post, and I shared it. I shared it for them. I was like, "Hey man, these guys are doing great things." Well, they followed us. Now we got a bunch of followers from what is it?
Webster County.
Webster Springs, West Virginia.
So is Facebook a good tool to use for groups?
It's groups. I don't know. We created we just went straight in and created a business page, and it was you could actually select what type of business, and we selected podcasts, and it's been it's worked best for us. I mean, we're not at that point where we can monetize anything on any level, but we're growing faster on Facebook than we are anywhere else.
But with Facebook though, we're already at like 1,000.
Yeah, 1K followers.
1,000, 30 some, 40 some followers. And what that's great for is like sharing the links to the live, sharing the links to this and that, and you get more watch hours, and you know what I mean? You get more plays on your podcast, more downloads on the podcast. So it's a really good tool in that sense, I feel like.
That, and I have found a lot of like your older watchers and stuff not necessarily have TikTok. Like my dad, for example, he watches everything, but he don't have TikTok. But he's just now learning how to use YouTube. So a lot of he shared it with his friends and buddies. They gravitate towards Facebook. So we kind of cater to. I watch a lot of I break down statistically of how much percentage we have age wise and all that stuff. And then I found there for a while, because we originally started out with nothing but sports. That's all we talked about the first 2 episodes. 73% of our followers are females. So I was like, we can't talk about sports no more, like all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, we gotta cater. And that once we started like changing up and like we literally just asked, hey, what do you want us to talk about? We started exploding bigger.
Yeah.
You know, on Facebook.
We're probably 50-50 now, men and women?
Yeah, we're 50-50 now. But
Wow. Wow.
and then how many subscribers you got on YouTube?
65, I think.
65.
We'll tag you in this video.
Yeah, we're gonna tag you in it and everything. Gets people over there. Once you hit 100, you could do a premiere.
Yeah.
On YouTube. That is the coolest thing. And we instantly got how many views right off the bat from that?
It was about 30 or 40.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
boom, like that.
Wow.
It's like a live, except you're like watching your video and you can interact with your followers, your subscribers rather.
Like in the chat?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a live chat. You could sit there and just be like, chatting with everybody on it.
Yeah.
So you can get like a live reaction off of your premiere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, like
Wow.
the videos that you've already recorded, edited, and everything else. You could throw it on YouTube and interact with everybody like it's a live stream.
And I
Interesting.
had so much fun doing that. And also, it takes you away from being in front of the camera. So if you see somebody like drop something you don't like, you're not like you don't, show your facial expressions. I'm bad for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, YouTube, being able to go live on YouTube helped us a lot with subscribers, because our first live that we did, we got like 300 and something views on it, and we gained, I think, 6 or 8 subscribers from it.
On YouTube.
So I guess the algorithm pushes lives or something. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Haven't quite figured it out yet, but
See, I've been curious about YouTube's algorithm because I keep seeing their advertisement on their shorts.
Oh, Ethan's been
So-
commenting on our YouTube live. It's just so far away I can't see it.
I'm trying to respond whenever he does.
Yeah. Shoot. But
Oh,
I said what we about to do is we got one more. We recorded the way we do this is we pre-record everything throughout the week, other than lives obviously. But we record 3 episodes a week. Like one of these episodes this week is nothing but the conspiracy theory of the moon landing, and that's what we just talked about. And then we got your episode where we're going to go and edit a little bit of it, like the when you're trying to figure out how to end the recording. That sounded terrible. We're going to get that out of there. And then the next episode, it's just gonna be a free form. We're just gonna shoot the crap.
there you go.
We haven't done one like that,
In
so
a while.
Maybe our first couple were kind of
Yeah.
like that.
yeah. So that's what we about to dig into.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
man. But just
Well,
yeah, message.
I am.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I was just actually getting ready to say I've actually got to tend to my animals.
Uh-oh. Well, man, hey, shoot me your Discord over. I'll join it, and because I stay on there a little bit. Yeah, just shoot me your Discord. We'll tag your YouTube in our video and everything, and we'll try to build together. I want to make some videos and some stuff together sometime.
Yeah, for sure, dude. And I definitely want to link up with you guys at the Mon for sure.
Heck
Oh, yeah,
man.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah.
But-
I appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, man. Y'all enjoy it.
Hey, thank
All
you.
right, man. See you.
Yep. Later.
Like,
Cool guy.
Okay, I was about to say, what is that thing doing? Okay, all right, we're live right here. Ethan's talking. I can't see the dadgum message. There he is. I'm still here, boys. I can't see it. If you're wondering, it's on a cell phone about
Yeah.
3 foot from me.
he said great stream and interview, boys. And he said that he just uses a phone
Nice.
and it does everything he needs.
Caitlin said, "Thank you all for inviting Clay. He has been so excited for this, and I want to thank you personally. To say I'm proud of Clay right now is such an understatement. He has really worked hard for this. Hey, he's a super cool guy, man. I
Clay,
really
Yeah,
enjoyed
absolutely.
He is just down to earth. Like I am just finding out really. And I said this to Ethan. Southern West Virginia and Kentucky is essentially the same thing. We are the same
Yeah.
people.
that. And we got a lot in common.
Like I guarantee you, we could all just show up and sit there and just talk about nonsense for about 7 hours before we even do. Like if we ever did, like we are gonna link. That's not ever.
Yeah.
We're gonna link up and do videos. We're gonna have to schedule out times
Yeah.
to bullcrap before we actually do something. See what is that? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Hey, I'm all about it. I'm all about everybody growing together. I'm all about it. That's the way we should be. Everybody should want to help everybody.
Yeah.
Because I mean, why not? You know, I'm tired. I'll be honest with you. I'm tired of getting up and going to work every daggone day. And I know if I'm tired of it, everybody else is tired of it.
You
So,
get to go to work every day. All right?
you're right. I get to go to work. Okay, look. We on a live at 10:30 night. I get to go inside prison every day.
What's our favorite drink?
Favorite drink? Well,
Miller Lite guy always had
Coke
been since
Zero.
I was 7.
WGC.
W-
Energy.
Yeah. No, I don't really. If you're asking alcohol, I don't really drink alcohol. I don't partake. But I do like my Coke, and I do like my. We're sponsored by W Energy, but I do like my Ghost Energy drinks. And Monster
How
got a couple
dare
new
you.
flavors.
I did try the C4.
Budget Crunch.
Huh?
Those are cheaper, aren't they? C4.
Yeah. They were like $2, and it's Jolly Rancher flavored. Blue Raspberry Jolly Rancher.
There's one. I know the camera's just focused on me, so everyone's like, "Who's this guy talking to?"
Wait till you scroll up through some of the comments, like the early comments.
They talking trash.
Talking trash would be an
Are they
improvement.
roasting me?
Man, you know what? I'll just let you go ahead and read this.
Oh, somebody done roasted me in the chat.
Whew. Look, I'm telling you, that was,
Who was it?
I don't know, random people, that's what makes it worse. Just start reading, okay? I wouldn't advise reading them out loud.
They can't
but
hear. Oh, they couldn't hear us for a while.
Yeah, I had it muted. That was my fault.
I fully agree with all those statements.
Was it? Yeah, they was roasting him for sure.
Yeah, they were saying some pretty ugly stuff, actually.
Yeah. Oh, why is everybody arguing for? Like, did everybody see the live chats? My goodness.
I was just trying not to acknowledge them. I was reading them on the
That's why I was so distracted early on in the interview. 'Cause I
Yeah,
was
same.
reading this.
You and him were
Okay,
talking.
why is everybody arguing with each other? Oh man, somebody said. Oh,
Oh, you read them. I don't know if y'all can go back and read the previous comments.
Somebody just asked to see my hog.
Hey, this
Yeah,
is
I saw
YouTube
that.
Live. This isn't OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It could be for $9.95 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, it got pretty rough there for a while.
She says, "I don't drink alcohol either. If there is one beer I drink, it's root beer. I like root beer too, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, I don't.
Cranberry Glades. I didn't see that. I've
Yeah.
never been there.
I have. It's really, really cool place. It's
Oh,
like
cool, man.
I think it's like there, and then the Arctic Circle is the only two places in the world where reindeer moss grows.
Really?
Yeah.
You remember when in 6th grade?
Yeah.
When we had to go out and get these different types of materials and stuff.
I got some of that.
Yeah, I did too. I had
Yeah.
some of it. Oh no!
Barks root beer is the best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go A&W Zero. I like zero sugar.
We used to have an A&W restaurant
That's what I was
in
getting ready to say.
Princeton, and it
Yeah.
closed. And I'll be honest with you, that was terrible. Like I miss it. I miss it
I
so
heard that
bad.
they had the best hot dogs. I never got to eat there, but I heard that they had some of the best hot dogs.
Hey, Clay, man, we
I
had
like
fun
it.
with that
I'm a
too,
burger guy. I didn't eat hot dogs for the longest time.
Y'all over here talking. I'm trying to talk to Clay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, we had fun with the interview too, man.
Oh heck yeah, man.
Let's see. Yeah, definitely a lot of fun, man. I enjoy talking to you.
Yeah,
I can't wait
we're
for all of
all.
us to hang out. You guys get to, laugh at my pain of not knowing how to be outdoorsy.
Hey,
Bro, I can't wait for you to go wade fishing and watch you bust your hiney in for the first time. I
Really?
mean,
Good.
I hope you don't get hurt too bad, but
But you hope that I get hurt enough to where it's funny.
you know what I hope? I hope you step on a snapping turtle.
yeah. Remember, it might not be a rock if you step on it.
Hey, you remember that time we was wade fishing and Josh, R.I.P. to him,
Yeah,
by the way.
right.
Remember that beaver swam between his legs?
Did it? Yeah.
That's what, like, I guess he stepped too close to
He
his
was an
nest, but-
aggressive beaver too, man. Had to fight that dude on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have it anymore. We kind of have this. I don't know. If you go up to Princeton, it's nice. Apparently, man, I don't. There's some people said some mean things about me.
Did that tear you up?
Are you still crying over that?
I am.
They did say some wild stuff. I'm not even gonna lie.
They said that people off the grid would be embarrassed of me. Hey,
No,
somebody don't put my full government on there.
Wasn't that that was the guy's name, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was one of the guys commenting was off the grid. Like that was
All right,
literally his name.
Thank you, Caitlin. I appreciate you guys. Y'all guys are awesome. Can y'all be? Yeah. Well, I mean, even I graduated in 07. Even cell phones about that far back were terrible. So yeah, they've come a long way.
Yeah, I remember when I got my first Motorola Razor.
Yeah, we thought we was cool.
Yeah.
Didn't we? Had a West Virginia University one.
Hey man, you know what's crazy? I was in a vape store the other day, and they had an
Thank you,
original.
Ethan. I appreciate it.
They had an original iPhone charger, like one of them ones.
Oh,
Yeah.
the big ones.
Yeah.
Oh boy, man, and that makes you feel old, don't it?
Yeah, it does. I was like, man, the first iPhone I ever had was iPhone 3G, and I've not had another phone but iPhone since then.
Yeah. Well, I jumped to a. Remember when they had the Galaxy Tab?
The Note.
The Note. I had that for a little while.
Phone. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
The Note was the best phone.
You're
I hate Androids.
Danielle, that's not nice. Andrew has a low taper face. I don't even have any hair. I don't even know what's a low taper face.
Man,
think
why we
that's
got more
cool.
viewers now that the interview's over with though?
I don't know.
Right.
People's hopping on now.
There you go, man. I don't know who's Courage. He doesn't say my full name.
I don't know. He said Zach's name earlier too, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's one of his friends, maybe.
Yeah, he said my full name.
Oh, isn't that the one that was Uriah's friend?
Oh, it might be. Yeah. So, hey, what we about to do is first, I drank too much energy drink. Ethan, you should go watch the live earlier of us doing the 10 can challenge. Didn't turn out as bad as we thought it would be, did it?
Hey, wait a minute. Since I got more people in here, how many of y'all like hominy? Y'all like white hominy? in
Man,
the
people
chat.
left as soon as you asked.
Yeah, all right. No, we ain't talking to him.
Oh, it's Bryson.
Oh, hey, Bryson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't mind the hominy, to be
Man,
honest.
I just
with you.
saw. I was just going down the vegetable aisle and I was like, I gotta pick some stuff out, like the canned food aisle. And I saw the mushroom stems. I'm like, that looks disgusting. Grabbing that. And then I saw the ghost pepper soup. I'm like, well, I've got to get that.
Hey, Ethan is still in here. Hey, Ghost, what is it? Chunky's, I'm assuming.
Campbell's Chunky goes.
Campbell's Chunky Ghost Pepper Chicken Noodle Soup. Try that. It is
Hey.
hotter than that gummy bear.
Hey, it's delicious, dude. Get you a can of it.
It's tough though.
Hey, Drew ate about half a can.
Yeah.
He was just chilling there eating it.
I did not. You're a ninja. What's up? All right, so we're gonna end this. We're gonna end this live. We're gonna record our last episode for this week, and then we gonna call it. We gonna close up shop before 3 in the morning, guys.
Don't
Think
jinx
we could
it.
do it before midnight?
Don't jinx it.
I don't know, man. It depends how deep we get into kicking it.
Yeah.
We gotta come up
Hey.
with a clever name for it. What was the oldest video game played as a kid? For me, it was the original Mario Nintendo 64, where you could ride
Oh,
Yoshi.
great game.
Mario 64
Honestly-
needs to be on at least every top 10
Yeah.
game of all time list.
I kind of got a cheat answer to this because my mom and dad were gamers back in the time. We started out, and I don't know which one we had first, the Atari or the Commodore 64, the old computer. So that's what I started out with. It was the Atari and the Commodore. I've had we've had Super Nintendos. He's giving out my Fortnite name. Daggone. I've had Super Nintendos, Nintendo 64s, all the PlayStations, Dreamcast, Sega Genesis, which was low key one of my favorite game
Oh, yeah.
systems ever made. Is the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
All the PlayStation, all the Xboxes, PSPs. The only thing I really didn't get big into though was like Game Boys.
Yeah.
I wasn't much on
was-
Game Boys.
I was, but that could just be the age gap. Because like whenever I went to daycare, I would always take my Game Boy
Yeah,
and play
yeah.
those Pokemon games.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Hey, I've got a Game Boy emulator downloaded on my phone, so I can play Pokemon.
Hey, I got a Super Nintendo emulator. But to answer your question, Melissa, the oldest
get the
video.
camera real quick. I gotta move. I gotta go. I'll be right back.
I'll just slide it over.
Yeah, there you go.
So the oldest video game I remember playing was probably Pitfall on Atari.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'm more or less moved into Super Nintendo, Sega, played some Sonic, of course the original Mario's. Dr. Mario, low key one of my favorite games, and Mario Kart on the original Nintendo. Oh yeah.
I mean, mine. I'd say that the oldest game I played is honestly probably right there with the Mario 64.
Hey Skyland.
Was it?
Skyland said give her a shout out.
Hey, hold on. I'll give Skylar a shout out.
Oh yeah.
Boy.
Where's Sky?
Hey, Drew.
Yeah. What?
Oh, Skyland,
Oh.
one of my best defensive ends I ever coached in football.
Absolutely.
Was straight up destroy a kid. Oh, you coached her with me. Straight up
Yeah.
destroy a kid.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Remember, not this Monday, but next Monday to wear green.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, that's St. Patrick's
St.
Day.
Patty's
Yeah.
Day.
Man, I'm probably gonna be busy at work that week. I can't say why officially yet, but it has to do with like everything that happened, and they apparently are gonna be.
School starts back in McDowell County this week.
Yeah, they start back on Monday. This Monday.
2 hour delay. You know they're adjusting the schedule for. I'm assuming there's a lot of people without power down there because they're adjusting the schedule due to daylight savings time to kind of have more sunlight.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy to me.
I think most of them have power now, but the biggest thing is some of the roads are still rough down there. Like
I
that's
get
even
it.
been with the National Guard bit down there and stuff, and the buses are having to adjust their routes.
Thank you, Skyland. I appreciate
Absolutely,
that. That means a
Skyland.
lot
Thank
to me. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, we're going to end this live. It's been awesome kicking it with y'all. Come back to our next live, which we'll post it when it's going to be because it might be anytime. But we'll see you guys next time.